Hello, I'm KD Hale, Vice President of the Association of African American Cultural Gardens, and I have the honor of welcoming you, our audience, to our Sankofa web series. Our goal is to educate regarding the African American experience through this series. We will be interviewing some of the most interesting, engaging leaders, business leaders, and great entrepreneurs in this great city. These change agents will tell us about their journey, who they are, who inspired them, what they do, and what does African American history and African American cultural gardens mean to them. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, the Association of African American Cultural Gardens. And go to our website, aaacg.org, for most updated information regarding events in our Sankofa series, which can also be viewed on demand. We will be breaking ground for the final phase of building the African American Garden this year, and we are excited. But in the meantime, please enjoy this episode of the Sankofa series brought to you by the Association of African American Cultural Gardens. Thank you.
Hi, I am Val B. King, granddaughter of legendary King of the Blues, B.B. King. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Hi, I'm Jayah Waters-Clark. Welcome to the Sankofa Education Series brought to you by the Association of African American Cultural Gardens. I have with me here Ayesha Hardaway. Professor Hardaway, it's a pleasure meeting you and having you today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Thanks for coming. I want to start by having you share a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I teach full-time at Case Western Reserve University. I've been at the law school since 2012, so this is my 10th year teaching. My focus really is on the ways in which the American legal system marginalizes and oppresses Black people in thinking through solutions towards Black liberation. And so I've written some pieces on reparations, spend a lot of time focused on policing, but also I've spent some time studying the 13th Amendment.
So a lot of your work is kind of steeped in police reform and the Black community. What attracted you to that work?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking that. I tell people I was raised by two revolutionaries.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, my mother and my father, you know, I was born in the 1970s, and right before I was born, my parents were coming of age during the 60s and the 70s, and they absolutely instilled in me a sense of Black pride, a sense of Black beauty, a sense of Black intelligence, and wanted me to understand that it was my duty to serve my community. So my father always said, it's great that you're going to achieve this and this and this for you, but what are you going to do for others? I mean, literally from the time I was 4, I remember my father saying, what are you going to do for your community? And so it's just been how I was raised, quite honestly, and really the way in which I see my purpose in the world.
So you talk a little bit about your parents. I'm sure your parents, of course, are mentors for you. But who else are your mentors?
My very first mentor, quite honestly, is my grandmother, my mother's mother. My maternal grandmother, Hetty Bell. She taught me unconditional love. She taught me how to show people that they matter. She taught me what it meant to listen and listen with kindness and empathy and with a desire to understand. And she really did teach me everything I know about being a good mother and what it means to be a part of a strong family.
Sure, a strong family. How important is family to you?
Very important, very important. I have 2 children. They mean the world to me. Their happiness means the world to me. And more importantly, their sense of belonging and understanding where they come from, what they're made of, and how they fit, in the divine order of life really matters to me. And so I hope that I've done, half of a job as my grandmother did with raising me, as I have done with my children.
I'm sure you have. You spoke about sense of belonging, and the reason why we're here is on behalf, of course, of the African American Cultural Gardens. Talk a little bit about the cultural gardens and its importance to you.
Oh boy. So I just have to say, when I first realized that we were actually working, that this organization was working on creating a cultural garden, a space that was devoted to African American experience and culture, I was beyond ecstatic. Wanted to find a way to be engaged and involved. And you can't be everything to everybody. And so I haven't been as involved as I wanted to be. But I have to say that driving down the boulevard is seeing the garden on the boulevard is one of my greatest joys. I have the opportunity to often welcome colleagues from other universities and other subject matter experts that come to Cleveland to do work that I'm working on. And I make it a point to take them down the boulevard and show them all of the gardens, but really showcase the African American Cultural Garden. That is a beautiful part of our city that many people don't even know about. Some people who even live here aren't aware, right, that it exists. And so it is really a great source of pride for me to be able to showcase it to people on our journey.
Yeah, it is so beautiful, and I'm glad that we finally have a space to call our own. So if you had any advice, you said you bring people, you show people, subject matter experts. So I'm sure you're communicating or engaging with people that are coming up through the ranks, other lawyers, students. If you had any advice for them, what would that advice be?
Yeah, I have the great privilege of talking to young people who are deciding to go into the study of law despite understanding and recognizing, especially after this last term of the Supreme Court, right, that the laws in America really are tone deaf to the needs of our people and people who are marginalized, who aren't often seen, heard, or understood, and the fact that young people, young Black students, young, other queer, non-gender conforming, right, Latino, right, people who would be pushed on the outskirts are saying, no, we're demanding our space in this place. We belong here. We want the law to recognize our humanity and treat us with dignity. And to do so in a way that is true to the ideals of this country. So I have the great privilege of meeting those people on a regular basis, hearing their thoughts and their ideas, doing what I can to educate them on where we've gone wrong, where the country and where the judiciary has gone wrong, and hoping that they are at such a place where they're able to reimagine new solutions. So I talk to them all the time. I tell them that it is important for them to study and understand the law as it currently exists, but also to not feel constrained by it as they think about new solutions, and to feel confident in their ability to reimagine, right, a more perfect union and a more perfect future for us in this country. Reimagining.
Professor Hardaway, thanks for being here, and thanks so much. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jayah. I appreciate being here.
Thanks. Thank you for watching Sankofa Education Series, brought to you by the Association of African American Cultural Gardens.
Hello, I'm Beverly Lloyd, with the Association of African American Cultural Gardens, here today with our Do You Know segment. Let's see if you know who these fine individuals are. He was an attorney, a civil rights pioneer, and politician. He served 15 terms in the United States House of Representatives, representing the east side of Cleveland, and was the first African American congressman elected in the state of Ohio. He was one of the Cold War era chairmen of the House Intelligence Committee and headed the Congressional Black Caucus. From 1974 to 1989, he served as the president of the Cleveland City Council. He is the former president of the Cleveland NAACP and became a Cleveland councilman for Ward 27. In 1967, he was awarded the chairman of Operation Registration, a voter registration program targeting African American neighborhoods. He is the recipient of the Lewis Stokes Community Visionary Award, and the city renamed a free overnight summer and winter camp for Cleveland's youth in his honor. If you said George Forbes, then you do know.
Hi, my name is Rachel Hill with the Association of African American Cultural Gardens. The mission of the Association of African American Cultural Garden is to educate regarding the African American experience and to complete the monument for the African American Garden. Our Sankofa series represents our dedication to bring you the history and amazing journey of African Americans in this great city. Our garden represents a journey, starting with the door of no return to the resilience of our ancestors and family to make a difference in this country. The water feature gives hope and joy for future generations, knowing that you can accomplish anything with dedication and hard work. We are on the journey to complete the garden. Our goal is to break ground this year to complete the garden, but we need your help to get to the finish line. Please make your tax-deductible donation by going to AAACG.org or mail your check to P.O. Box 20237, Cleveland, Ohio 44120. Thank you.